Urban ADV is going live in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, listen up YouTube. I am so glad you could tune in to today's episode of Urban ADV. My name is Jake Timberstone, and I will be your tour guide on today's urban adventure. So, on today's episode of Urban ADV, I wanted to discuss the distinct styling characteristics of the Triumph Scrambler 900. Probably the most distinctive difference between the Triumph Scrambler and the classic Bonneville it is based on would be the iconic, high-mount exhaust system, reminiscent of the home-built Scramblers of yesteryear. The Scrambler exhibits a lot of distinctive styling cues that may not be readily noticeable at first glance. But a closer look will reveal details that add to its charm and character. For instance, the blacked-out engine cases, shod with polished steel bolts and aluminum bits, create an unmistakable aura that undetectably draws the eye's attention. Another thing that distinguishes the Scrambler from the standard Bonneville line would be the presence of protective fork gaiters and a rather minimalist front fender. And what Scrambler would be complete without a tall, aggressive front tire on a firmly spoked wheel? Now, as I mentioned earlier, Triumph has blended many different finishes and textures to further enhance the overall appearance of this bike. From the blacked-out lower forks to the cast aluminum look of the headlight bracketry, this motorcycle exudes understated styling, and there are no disappointments when it comes to the touch and feel of the premium Triumph components. Most noticeably, when gripping the bars or operating the switch gear. Quality, you can feel, and Triumph must be very proud of their creation. It has branding and logos from one end of the bike to the other. And proud they should be. Now, let's take for example the Triumph script that decorates the side of the beautifully detailed gas tank. At first glance, you might see it as a simple decal. But if you look more closely, the appearance gives the illusion of raw metal. Now, I don't know how they did that, but the one thing that I do know is I like it. Now, my bike is equipped with the optional, original equipment, 2-up seat, and the factory grab bar and luggage, which not only adds to the capable appearance of this motorcycle, but adds to its practicality as well. And what Scrambler would be complete without the obligatory number plate attached to the side for an authentic Scrambler look, and in an unmistakable attempt to keep things simple. Check out these old-school styled rear preload adjustable shocks alongside a very modern rear disc brake system incorporating the latest ABS technology. And just to add to the Scrambler's street credibility, check out these rugged rubber insulated foot pegs and sturdy gear selector. And while we are down here, let's take notice of this recurring theme: the blacked-out engine casing, along with polished fasteners, and the engine identification badge, located on the bottom of the cylinder sleeve. And what modern classic bike couldn't benefit from adjustable clutch and brake levers? This is a must-have feature on any urban commando. And when it comes to instrumentation, the single pod cluster keeps things simple, yet informative. From the basic functions, like speed and fuel level, not to mention the much appreciated gear indicator. The cluster also includes the modern, high-tech monitoring of the rider modes and ABS functions. And when it comes to ergonomics, this is where the Triumph Scrambler really shines. With its high, wide handlebars to its low seat height, making for easy, stop-and-go riding while traveling in the urban environments. And the last thing I want to cover on this episode of Urban ADV is that not all the features of the Triumph Scrambler are noticeable from the naked eye. Some have to be experienced from your other senses, like feel and sound. As always, if you like this type of content, please be sure to hit that like button. And if you want to stay up to date with the latest episodes of Urban ADV, be sure to subscribe to the channel. See you on the next adventure.
Hey Slacker. I couldn't help but notice that you haven't clicked that like button yet. Okay, genius. Just so you know, that thing is not going to click itself. You, my procrastinating friend, have to participate in this process. If you want to continue to receive the latest content from Urban ADV, click that like button. And while you are down there, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Because, if you think you hate yourself now, just wait until you realize that you missed the latest exciting episode of Urban ADV.